Good morning. This is the summary of our 12th lesson Geography, Interiors of the Earth. To understand the layers of the Earth, we have to go through with an experiment. For that, we need a hard-boiled egg, a plastic knife and a plate. Keep the egg on your plate. The shell of the egg represents the crust. Break it by tapping lightly on all sides. You can see the inner white part of the egg, which represents the mantle, and innermost part of egg yellow represents the core. Our knowledge about the interiors of the earth is based on the evidences from deep mine operations, volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, waves, etc. So let us start learn about structure of the earth. The concentric layers of the earth are crust, mantle and core. So the layers of the earth, the structure of the earth been divided, classified into three broad categories. That is, the outermost part is called as a crust, the second one, the middle one is called as a mantle, and the innermost is called as a core. Let us discuss what is a crust. The topmost layer of earth is called the crust. It is very thin. Its average thickness varies from 8 kilometers to 15 kilometers. It is much thicker under the continent, and under the ocean it is very thin. It can be, for example, by taking the deepest trench in the world, that is Mariana Trench, which is present in Pacific Ocean, only have 11 kilometers of depth, that is oceanic crust. Next, the continental crust, if you see the highest mountain peak Everest, the average height of is nearly 30 kilometers of a height. So, on in average, we have come to know that oceanic crust and the continental crust average is varies. The continental crust is made up of two metals, mainly silica and aluminium. So, it is also referred as the first two letters of silica Si, aluminium is Sial, and oceanic crust or inner crust is also referred as a Sima, means the metals which are included here is silica and magnesium. The second, and the earth's crust is not in a continuous form, it is in a jigsaw puzzle manner, means the plates are floating on the magma, which are called as a tectonic plates. The second layer, interior layer of the earth is called mantle. The layer which divides the crust and mantle is called as a Conrad mantle, Conrad boundary or a discontinuity. The mantle is also called as a mesosphere. The mantle is also called as a mesosphere. This is the storehouse of a magma. Here the temperature is approximately 1000 centigrades, so 1000 degrees Celsius, means all the minerals, all the rocks will be in the liquid form. The molten rocks under the surface of the earth, the thickness of this layer is about 2900 km between the crust and core. And the mantle is also been divided into two layers, that is inner mantle and outer mantle. The thickness also varies from varies in different places in different way. Next, the innermost part of the earth is called as a core. So, the layer which divides the mantle and the core is called as a Moho discontinuity. The core is the center of the earth, also called as a barosphere. The core is made up of two important metals like a nickel and iron. So, it is referred as a Ni. The first two letters of a nickel Ni, ferrous is a scientific name of iron. So, Fe together is called as a Ni. So, core is also called as a Ni. The core have two layers, that is inner core and outer core, and the temperature here is approximately 6000 degrees Celsius, and the radius of the core is 3500 kilometers. 3500 kilometers. Recent finding shows that the inner core is solid and outer core is liquid. The next topic of the lesson is rocks and minerals. Rocks and minerals, all the solid part of the Earth's crust including sand, clay, etc. are termed as rocks, are generally composed of more than one substance called minerals. Minerals are natural inorganic substances which contain one or more elements and which have definite physical and chemical properties. So, rocks are natural mass which have a mineral matter, means which contains more than two minerals is called as a rock. Rocks. On the earth, the rocks are broadly classified mainly in three categories, that is igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks, how these are formed, let us see. The rocks that form due to the solidification of magma are called as igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are means when the magma comes out and it cools on the surface and it forms as a rocks. So such rocks are called as igneous rocks. So igneous rocks also called as primary rocks. Igneous rocks again divided into two types, that are extrusive and intrusive rocks. Extrusive or volcanic rocks are formed when magma breaks through the crust and reaches the surface of the earth. The common rocks formed in this manner are basalt and obsidian. The intrusive or plutonic rocks, these rocks are formed when magma fails to break through the crust and cools slowly close under the crust, forming rocks. The common example of rocks formed in this manner are granite and obsidians. Second type of rocks are called as sedimentary rocks. How these rocks are formed, let us see. Sedimentary rocks are formed from the sediments accumulated over a long period, usually on the floor of ocean, river, lakes, etc. The sediment comes from the disintegration of existing rocks on the surface of the earth. Sediments, sandstone, limestone and clay are some common examples of sedimentary rocks. Next, the third category of rock are called as metamorphic rocks. When igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to great heat and pressure, their original characters and appearance completely changes, giving them a new form. Such rocks are called metamorphic rocks. Some example including marble, quartzite, graphite, etc. Limestone changes to form marble, sandstone changes to form quartzite and coal changes to form graphite. So, the word igneous is derived from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. Sedimentary rock, the word sediment is derived from the Latin word sedimentum, which means settling down. And metamorphic is derived from the Latin word metamorphos, which means change of form. So, let us see the last topic of the lesson, that is rock cycle. The rock cycle is a continuous process in which rocks changes from one form to another form. Igneous rocks are called primary rocks as they are formed first because of cooling of magma. These rocks disintegrate under the impact of the forces of nature. The broken material gets deposited on the floor of ocean, sea, rivers and lakes to form sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks under extreme pressure and heat will convert into changes into metamorphic rocks. Again, under extreme heat and pressure, metamorphic and sedimentary rocks melt and form magma form, which igneous rocks are formed. Thus, the rock cycle continues. So, rocks are useful in many ways as building material.